There we go. We should be live.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to admin on this Thursday, December 19th. Annie, would you mind doing roll call?
Sure. It looks like online we have Christian Tyler, Christina Dewar, Alicia Beckholtz, Jason Hauser, Kevin Heisler, MCAT, Mel Fisher, Missoula Current, and Robert Poor. In 206, we have Commissioner Bureau and Schulmeyer, Allison Grants, Brenda Davis, John Hart, Carrie Powers, Maddie Scott, Annie Cathy, Chris Lounsbury, and Andrew Choi.
All right, thank you. Is there any public comment on items not on today's agenda? Seeing none, we have a consent agenda today with 6 items. Any questions on the consent agenda?
Where's Rattlesnake where's the office for the wildfire program?
So it's over off of Reserve Street in that little industrial park behind the Holiday Inn. Or Hilton
right.
Garden.
Okay, yep.
Yep.
I don't have anything. I motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second that. Any further discussion or public comment on the consent agenda? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
We have 4 action items today, and I will let the presenters here arm wrestle to determine who talks to us about Workday and Cognizant.
Would you like to start? Would you like me to?
Can start.
Okay.
So request is to approve chair to sign statement of work both with Workday and Cognizant for the human capital management software. So these documents will look very similar to the documents you all saw for the ERP project. And the purpose is we're bringing in the software to basically take over from recruitment all the way through personnel files, benefits enrollment pieces, time and attendance, so our timesheets. Basically anything we do engaging with our employees will be housed in one system. Working with Workday, same as the ERP, we're going to have essentially a seamless process to get the funds into the correct accounts. I think the commission has heard a number of times just the amount of work and data entry work that we're doing between systems that don't talk to one another right now. So we're excited to get going on this. The actual project will start in April of 2025 with the goal of having this running in April of 2026. So a 12-month timeline for implementation.
Questions?
Or Chris, anything you'd like to add?
The only thing I will add is that for all my years here at Missoula County, we have kept employee data in no less than 3 locations. And I think currently right now it's 5. So the thought of having it in only 1 location and having to check just one place is very exciting for those of us who help with everything from contract negotiations to just day-to-day HR stuff. So we're all pretty excited that we've found a vendor who can bring it all together for us.
Yeah, exciting. I move that the board approve the chair to sign the statement of work with Workday and Cognizant.
Second. Further discussion or public comment?
I believe this will come electronically to you, Dave. Is that?
Yeah, so we have the email sitting in the BCC inbox, Dave. It's an Adobe sign. And so once we've had this meeting, assuming the commission votes to approve it, then it'll get forwarded to your inbox.
And it just kind of works. It talks to the ERP, and we created that language ability, or is that like that's what they're?
This is what they do.
This is what they do.
So, I mean, Andrew can jump in here too, but Workday's really their bread and butter is this human capital management aspect. So they're really, really good at this. And I would say they're, really pretty darn close in the ERP realm. But having the same company, they do this all the time. Right now, as Chris said, we're pulling, like when we all get paychecks, not me, people in finance are pulling that report out of our MPAS system, having to configure it to load it into our very old, what some of us called CSA. I don't know why actually, but anyways, to pull that into there, and it's clunky. It's really difficult when you have employees working in 2 different funds, or some of their time's a grant and some of it's not grant funded, and then budgeting. I think, anyone who tries to manage a budget and calls HR and is like, hey, how many FTEs do I have? And HR is like, well, right now you have this many. We don't capture necessarily vacant positions well. Michelle's doing a lot of this manually. This will not happen.
Yeah,
So
wow.
it's just amazing to think about. And then the tracking too of your vacancy savings. And it's just going to be so much easier, I think, for Andrew's team and departments to really know where they sit funding wise and to talk to you guys about that. Right now, I feel like some of us come here and feel like we don't have great information to present because it's really hard to pull out of all these places.
Very exciting.
Would you concur, Andrew?
Also help out the ERP because we'll be position-based now with the human capital component. When you go into requisition anything, it'll know who you are and where you can requisition things from, and you'll be doing it by words rather than by numbers, which would be unbelievable. So, yeah.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and vote. All in
Yeah.
favor?
Aye.
Aye. So Missoula Current, this will be a crowd pleaser for your readers. So make note.
Will do. Thank you.
A holiday story, yes. Okay. Thank you. Moving on, Andrew, just continue on. Open Space General Obligation Bond Series 2024.
In 2018, the voters of Missoula County passed a $15 million bond authorization for the open space lands within the county. To date, we've used $4.95 million of that original $15 million authorization. I was asked to issue another $3 million. We're able to get it bank qualified, so that meant it was much more attractive to banks. We ended up with a rate of 4.65% interest, which is insane to me. That was lower than the treasury, the 20-year treasury.
Insanely good.
Insanely good.
Yes.
We always base our rates off the treasury because the treasury is the lowest cost of capital issued in the United States. Nobody can issue debt lower than the United States government except us, apparently. So we ended up with a rate of 4.65, which will translate on to 0.92 or 92 cents per $100,000 of market value on a home, or $4.60 on a $500,000 home. The levies will begin in the fall. The first payment will be January 1, 2026. And I'm asking the commission to adopt a resolution approving the issuance and authorizing the levy of taxes.
Thanks. Any questions?
Oh, so.
Missoula Current, any questions?
I do have a quick question. Andrew, can you explain how many more times you'll levy funding from that bond? And is the old levy paid off yet, or how long does it take to pay this off?
This is going to be a 20-year bond. It will mature in 2045. We still have, $7 million of authorization, so that never wears off. But I think the first issuance was in 2021, I believe. So they're all 20-year bonds.
Okay, thanks.
You bet.
Any other questions from anyone? And I think I heard Juanita move.
Yes, made the motion.
Okay, I'll second that. Any further discussion or public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Andrew, for all of your work on that. To the voters of Missoula County for passing 2018 open space bonds. So items 3 and 4, these are board appointments. So Maddie.
All right, so first one we have is requesting the board to approve members to the Elections Advisory Committee. There are 5 seats. So bear with me. There's one for reappointment, and Travis Hoffman, the current ADA rep, it is for the ADA seat. He is submitted a letter of interest to continue. Then we have a partial member term that's through January 31st of 2027. The first alternate, Jack Rennick, has submitted a letter of interest seeking appointment to active. Then we have a student rep partial term, August 31st, 2027. And one new 3-year first alternate term if Jack were to be moved up, and that is through January 31st, 2028. And one third alternate term through January of 2026. You met with 11 applicants, so a lot of people on this one. Your applicants were Garrett Van Hose, yeah. Greg Woodward, Marion Alley, Chance Carter, Janice Trickle, Adrian Friend, and she is one of these student applications. Dudley Improta, John Newman, Kathleen Walker Smith, Larry Chase, and David Lay. Did we want to do one seat at a time or?
No. I think so we've received some recommendations and feedback from elections,
Mhm.
which I would concur with.
Did you want me to read those out?
Well, I was just gonna say Bradley and Sarah are on.
Oh,
Good question.
I don't.
Did you want me to read off their suggestions?
Yes, or, sorry, go ahead.
No, I can read them off right here. Unless anything's changed, and certainly Bradley or Sarah can chime in. The recommendations would be to recommend moving from first alternate to seat 4, Jack Rankin, you mentioned that already. To recommend John Newman for the first alternate. Student rep, as we already discussed, Adrian Fran, and third alternate would be David Lay.
That is the recommendations. Zach.
Bradley, anything that you'd like to add?
No, just what a great pool of applicants. What a great outcome. There was, as we went through this, it was great to have so many different people. And, I really concur that that'll round out our board really well.
Yeah, I agree. This was a fantastic slate of applicants this time around. Some tough decisions here to be made to determine who to pick. I am delighted that we are contemplating appointing John Newman, who has been in the mix here for a long time. So finally, that will come to fruition. So no, it's good.
Yeah, it was just everything you just said, and wonderful that we had so many folks that were interested.
Yeah, hopefully that trend keeps up.
So I motion to approve the slate of recommendations.
We'll second that. Any further discussion or public comment on the motion to appoint these individuals to the Elections Advisory Committee? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, there you go, Bradley. Go for it. And Sarah.
And thanks, Maddie and Commission. A lot of work went into this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was a multi-month process, so.
4 months, yes.
3 months, 4 months, yeah.
Yes, thank you. And next, something we do not see that frequently, the Airport Authority Board.
Yes. There is a current member, Larry Anderson. Don't have his name on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He unfortunately has met his term limits, so his seat is open. That would be new for a new 5-year term through December 31st of 2029. We have an alternate that submitted a letter of interest, David Bell. We also have a current county representative who is stepping out of the representative seat, Shane Stack, and is wanting to move to a member seat. So he has submitted a letter of interest seeking appointment. And then we have one applicant sworn already. The airport board doesn't look like Juniper's on. They suggested that David move up, and Shane move to alternate. And yeah,
So what is
because
that?
those are 2 seats. The only 2 seats are open. If David moves up, then the alternate seat is
So
available.
everything's covered.
And then, then you have one other applicant who is sworn already.
And how does the process work for the employee?
So for the seats that have to be county employees, that will come to you as a separate
I see.
appointment.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Okay, yes, I move to say, yeah, I mean, okay, move to put Dave Bell up to the
Active.
member, or,
Active.
active, and move Shane Stack
To
to
alternate.
membership. Or to, sorry,
To the
To
to
first
the
alternate.
alternates, yes.
Okay.
Second. Any further discussion or public comment on that? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anything else that we need to discuss today from anyone? Okay, and I believe this is the last admin before Christmas. Is that correct?
Before Christmas.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone have a great holiday and
Happy holidays.
we will catch you after the break.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.